Hello, my powerfully intuitive and magnificently nurturing Cancer souls, and welcome back to the Zodiac of Mind. I invite you now to draw a little closer to quiet the bustling world around you for just a moment and allow your incredible spirit to descend into its own deep protective waters. The message the universe has entrusted to me for you today, dear friend, is one of profound, heart-stirring significance. A cosmic truth woven specifically for the profound embrace of your being. I need you to listen not just with your temporal ears, but with that deep, empathetic intuition that is your most sacred and enduring gift. Can you feel that subtle, almost imperceptible shift in the ether? That quiet yet resonant hum of a great cosmic gear turning irrevocably in your favor. You stand, beloved Cancer, on the precipice of a monumental healing, a divine recalibration that your soul has been preparing for across countless lifetimes. Right now, in the unseen realms where emotional truth is forged and comfort is meticulously balanced, a sacred realignment is underway. An official cosmic inquiry is unfolding, an investigation deeply connected to your very heart, to the integrity of your sacred emotional space, and to the unwavering essence of your soul. But I want you to take a slow, deep, calming breath with me, my dear friend. Inhale profound peace, and with your exhale, release any lingering trace of emotional burden or apprehension. Because you, magnificent soul, are not the one being scrutinized. Oh no. You are the very reason this divine recalibration has been called into being. You are indeed being watched, it is true, but not by judges or accusers. You are being held in a protective, almost luminous embrace by your most loving spiritual guardians, by ancestors who deeply understood the intricate nature of belonging, emotional safety, and the sacred keeping of the heart. They are rising now, drawn to your unwavering empathy and the purity of your intention, forming an impenetrable, shimmering circle of protection around you as the universe prepares to orchestrate the most profound restoration of emotional sovereignty your spirit has ever experienced. The very individuals who once misinterpreted your sensitivity for weakness, who projected their own emotional chaos onto your empathic spirit, who perhaps even tried to drain or control your magnificent nurturing energy with their hidden needs, they are the ones now facing a divine and utterly unavoidable accounting. Your heart, which has carried the silent, often heavy burden of knowing the emotional truth long before it was ever whispered aloud, is about to be made gloriously light. This, my dear Cancer, is not merely a warning. It is the sacred, triumphant dawn of your complete and total emotional reclamation. Now, before we step fully into the heart of this divine revelation, I ask you to take another deep, grounding breath and truly feel this unfolding moment. Something undeniably powerful is already awakening within the deepest chambers of your being. I want you to ground this immense energy with me right now. In the comments below, declare your truth to the universe by writing, "I trust my feelings because they are my truth." These words are far more than just a sentence, my friends. They are a potent vibration, a sacred promise, a clear signal to the universe that your soul walks in unwavering alignment with authentic feeling and integrity. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to the Zodiac of Mind and tap that little bell icon. Because, my beautiful soul, the path ahead is filled with unprecedented revelations, unexpected miracles, and profound moments that will change everything you thought you knew. And I want you there, present and empowered, for every single one. Let us begin this sacred unveiling. Let us commence by speaking of the very essence of your soul, magnificent Cancer. Have you ever felt deep within your core that you experience the world on a fundamentally different emotional frequency than others? That you can instinctively feel the unseen shifts beneath the calm surface of polite conversations, discern The unspoken emotional motives concealed behind a superficial smile, or instantly perceive the hairline fractures in a family dynamic that everyone else believes is solid and unwavering. Have you, dear soul, carried the often isolating burden of this deep, almost psychic emotional perception feeling at times, like a knowing stranger in a world that often prefers comfortable illusions to the sometimes uncomfortable, stark emotional truth? You, my dear Cancer, were never ever wrong in your feelings. You were not born to skim the shallow surfaces of emotional existence. You were born divinely appointed to explore the profound and sometimes challenging depths of the heart. You are a soul uniquely guided by the luminous cyclical energy of the moon, the celestial body of intuition, emotion, and all that dwells within the sacred feminine. And you are of the element. Water, the conduit for profound connection, deep feeling, and boundless compassion. This rare and potent cosmic parentage makes you a spiritual empath, a being with the innate, almost magical ability to carry the deepest emotions of the world and emerge not diminished, but with the purest wisdom of the heart in your hands. It is encoded within your very spiritual DNA to perceive what others miss, to nurture what is struggling, and to protect what others deem vulnerable. Where others see only sentimentality, you, with your deep wisdom, perceive the sacred blueprint of emotional connection and profound belonging. That very quality, the one that can sometimes make others uncomfortable because your gaze feels their heart so completely, so transparently, is now being consecrated by the universe as your single greatest source of power and undeniable vindication. They may have, in their limited understanding, called you too sensitive, but they failed to comprehend that your profound soul simply cannot thrive in environments that lack genuine emotional honesty and a sense of belonging. They may have labeled you as clingy or too emotional, yet they could not grasp that you deeply honor the sacredness of feeling and only choose to express it when the emotional landscape is genuinely safe. Your powerful empathy, your unwavering care, your deep desire for security, these are not flaws, my friend. They are your high-fidelity psychic radar, a divine guidance system expertly tuned to the frequency of energetic truth, far beyond mere spoken words. You feel the dissonance of an inauthentic connection resonate in your very bones. You sense emotional manipulation like a sudden chilling current in your warm waters. This, my dear Cancer, is your magnificent gift, and it is now being brought into its full, unapologetic power. For so long, you may have been the silent, vigilant keeper of the emotional peace, the one who knew the profound truth of a situation, be it within your family, your community, or your intimate circle of friends. But you held that sacred Browder's knowledge within, not out of weakness, no, but out of a profound protective wisdom. You inherently understood that to reveal an emotional truth before the world is genuinely ready for it is to cast precious pearls before swine, to waste your vital energy on ears unwilling to hear. You waited. You watched. You held your immense power in reserve, allowing it to ripen and intensify. And now, the universe is declaring with an undeniable roar, the wait is over. A great spiritual unearthing has begun, and your deep emotional truth-seeing spirit is the very epicenter of this transformative earthquake. I have witnessed it countless times on my own journey. A Cancer soul in a family gathering who feels a deep, unsettling dissonance about a specific dynamic. Despite the outward pleasantries, the Cancer feels an energetic hollowness, a subtle tension, a feeling of unease that something essential is unaddressed. The Cancer voices a quiet, cautious concern, perhaps a subtle question about unspoken feelings, and is often dismissed as being overly emotional or stirring the pot. They retreat not in defeat, but to observe, to listen, to gather more data in the unseen emotional realms. Months later, when that same unspoken tension erupts into a major family conflict rooted in unexpressed grievances and unmet needs, everyone around them is utterly shocked and bewildered. But you, dear Cancer, you are never truly shocked, are you? Because you didn't just suspect it, you knew it. You felt the subtle, insidious emotional lie pulsating in their energy field long before any external proof manifested. As the fourth sign of the Zodiac, you are the ultimate master of emotional intelligence, the soul who has journeyed fearlessly into the depths of the heart and understands at a primal level that what is hidden often holds the most profound power and the deepest truths. Take a sacred moment with me now. Close your eyes gently. Place a reassuring hand over your powerful, intuitive heart and ask your soul, the deepest emotional truth I have been holding, the knowledge I have silently carried, is it time for its unearthing? Feel that resonant surge of power in your chest, that deep, quiet, unshakable yes that echoes from your very core. That my beautiful friend is your divine confirmation. You don't need to do anything more than simply continue to be the powerful, perceptive soul you are. The universe is now meticulously rearranging the entire chessboard of existence in your honor. Those who built their little kingdoms on fragile foundations of emotional manipulation, unspoken needs, and hidden resentments are about to discover with undeniable clarity that a sacred flood of authenticity is rising. And the only ark that will survive this great cleansing, the only vessel that will remain afloat, is the one built of unshakable luminous integrity, your ark of the heart. Stay with me, because what is coming next will show you with breathtaking clarity that the universe is no longer whispering secrets to you. It is about to roar your truth for all the world to hear. There were energies, insidious words, and calculated actions directed at you, meticulously designed to disempower you, to make you question your own profound emotional perception, your undeniable knowing. There were secrets, meticulously kept alliances formed in the deepest shadows, all intended to undermine your emotional stability and cast doubt upon your integrity. But in the grand cosmic ledger of the moon, your powerful ruling planet, nothing is ever truly hidden or forgotten. Every secret intention, every hidden agenda, every manipulative act, every whisper of deceit, all of it leaves an indelible, luminous, energetic trace. You, magnificent Cancer, have likely already transmuted the deepest pain of these experiences. Your evolved soul doesn't hold on to emotional poison. It learns from it, alchemizes it into profound wisdom, and uses it to become even more powerful, more resilient, more unshakable. You move on not out of denial or naive forgetfulness, but because your powerful spirit is eternally focused on the perpetual cycle of emotional growth and self-nurturing, always looking toward the next, more evolved phase of your spiritual evolution. But now, the universe is calling those who wronged you to account, not for your entertainment and certainly not for your revenge. Your soul is far too evolved for such petty things. No, it is summoning them to this divine reckoning so that you can bear powerful, undeniable witness to the flawless, impartial mechanics of cosmic law, the absolute certainty of cause and effect. The truth long buried is rising from the depths, and it is a powerful, unstoppable tide that will lift you to new, unimagined heights of emotional freedom, while simultaneously dissolving the fragile, illusionary structures of deceit so carefully built by others. Right now, Saturn, the great lord of karma, the celestial architect of consequences and lessons, is moving through a pivotal part of the sky. This creates a period of intense karmic reckoning, a great necessary cleansing for all. And for you, dear Cancer, This is a moment where those who exploited your trust, who severely underestimated your innate empathy, or who tried to manipulate you from the shadows are now beginning to face the inescapable, often chilling, reflection of their very own choices. Do not be surprised, my friend, if you suddenly hear news that a person from your past, someone who tried to undermine your sense of security, is now facing a profound personal crisis, a collapse rooted deeply in their own lack of emotional integrity. Do not be shocked if someone who intentionally tried to block your path finds their own ambitions hopelessly entangled in a complex web of their own, making a web woven from their previous deceit. This is not happening by mere chance, no. They are being called to account by the universe itself, by a force far greater than any human court of law. The divine principle is elegantly simple, yet profoundly absolute. What is built in the shadows cannot and will not stand in the clarifying light. And the light, my dear friend, the light of profound, revealing emotional truth, is intensifying around you with every passing moment, illuminating every hidden corner of your emotional landscape. Allow me to share another story, one that so powerfully illustrates this unique Cancer principle of emotional truth and silent power. There was a brilliant Cancer woman I knew, an incredibly intuitive and nurturing community organizer. Her team was working to create a safe space for vulnerable individuals, and from the very first meeting, she felt a deep, unsettling dissonance from one of the core volunteers. His words were warm, impeccably polished, but his energy felt hollow, almost self-serving. She couldn't point to a specific fact or tangible error, so she simply documented everything, meticulously observed, silently, and protected the community with quiet, unwavering strength, often setting clear boundaries that seemed unnecessary to others. Her colleagues, blinded by superficial charm, thought she was being overly cautious, perhaps even paranoid. For a year, she navigated this treacherous landscape, trusting her inner, knowing her gut feelings. Then an internal audit was called, a thorough and impartial investigation into the allocation of resources. It uncovered a massive scheme of manipulation and emotional exploitation, all orchestrated by that same charming volunteer. All the little inconsistencies she had intuitively picked up on, the subtle, energetic red flags she had felt, were the very threads that, when pulled, unraveled his entire empire of lies. Her quiet perception, her unwavering trust in her intuition, and her meticulous nature didn't just save her project. It exposed a profound truth that impacted many. Do you see the magnificent power in this dear Cancer? She didn't need to scream or fight or accuse. Her truth was a silent, powerful force of observation that simply waited for the inevitable arrival of the light of scrutiny. The universe doesn't ask you to become a warrior of vengeance. It only asks you to remain a warrior of profound, unshakable emotional perception. When you release the desperate need to prove what you inherently know, you create the sacred, expansive space for the cosmos itself to provide the irrefutable evidence. Those who once tried to disempower you, to diminish your light, are now discovering they are trapped, not by you, but in a prison of their own creation. They cannot know true, authentic power, because genuine power is the exclusive, sacred domain of a soul aligned with every fiber of its being with absolute emotional truth. Take another deep, cleansing breath, my beautiful friend. You do not need to become an investigator. Time itself is the most relentless and infallible detective. You do not need to raise your voice to be heard. The universe is already amplifying the vibration of your emotional truth, sending it out into the cosmos with undeniable force. What comes next will help you understand that the emotional betrayals, the hardships, and the moments of profound injustice you may have faced were not random chaotic misfortunes. They were in fact part of a sacred soul contract, a divine mission. You were born to fulfill a path uniquely designed for your powerful spirit. Stay with me, because this is where you will finally realize why you and only you were chosen for this extraordinary, powerful path of emotional revelation. Have you ever felt a sense of loyalty, so fierce a drive for justice, so profound that it feels ancient, deep, and instinctual, almost echoing from a forgotten past? Perhaps you have found yourself passionately defending the underdog or feeling a righteous, almost visceral anger at a betrayal that wasn't even your own feeling. It resonates on a cellular level. What if I told you, my dear Cancer, that this unwavering fire of loyalty and justice within you was not solely your own? What if I revealed that you are the designated healer of your ancestral heart, carrying a sacred luminous torch that was passed down through generations, patiently waiting for your powerful hands? You are not just living your own individual life, my dear Cancer. You are the alchemical vessel, the chosen one, appointed to heal your ancestral lineage's deepest, most stubborn emotional wounds. The chaos, the secrets, the betrayals, and the hidden emotional injustices you may have faced in your own life are not a personal failing. They are the echoing resonance of your ancestors' unresolved battles with belonging emotional safety and the painful consequences of unexpressed grief or unmet needs. Astrologically, the South Node in your birth chart often reveals our karmic past, the inherited energetic patterns and lessons we bring into this life. And for your lineage, dear Cancer, there is often a powerful, almost inescapable theme of silenced emotions, deeply buried familial secrets, and the profound loss or theft of emotional safety. You, magnificent soul, are the one who was chosen to finally break this sacred generational pattern. You are the one with the innate depth, the unyielding courage, and the unwavering conviction to finally bring everything, every unexpressed emotion, every family truth, every injustice, into the purifying light. Not just for your own personal liberation, but for all who came before you, for the entire lineage of your bloodline. The great spiritual masters and ancient wisdom traditions teach us that we inherit not just our physical DNA, but also our ancestors' unfinished energetic business. If you consistently feel as though you are constantly navigating complex family dynamics, subtle emotional manipulation, or recurring patterns of giving too much, it may not be solely your personal story. It could very well be the energetic pattern of your bloodline, patiently waiting for a soul brave and loving enough to declare, "The emotional burdens stop with me. The healing of the heart begins with me." Many Cancer souls carry this incredible mantle, this profound spiritual responsibility. You are the cycle breakers. You are the healers of the bloodline. Imagine, if you will, a young Cancer woman who grew up in a family where a great emotional injustice had occurred generations ago. Perhaps a parent's profound sadness that was never acknowledged, or a family secret about a lost home that created a pervasive sense of insecurity. The story was eventually buried, whispered only in hushed tones, but the energetic residue of that emotional wound, a subtle miasma of mistrust, resentment, and unresolved grief, persisted, subtly influencing the generations that followed. From a young age, this Cancer woman instinctively felt it, an undeniable pull. She was drawn to nurturing, to creating safe spaces, to the meticulous work of uncovering true emotional needs. Her family, resigned to the past, told her to let sleeping dogs lie, to forget what was gone. But she couldn't. It was a sacred calling, a divine imperative that resonated deep in her bones. After years of diligently creating new boundaries and fostering open communication within her own nuclear family, she began to address the larger ancestral emotional legacy. By bringing this long-buried emotional truth to light, she didn't just solve a historical mystery. She released generations of trapped, grieving energy. She healed her family line not by fighting, but by refusing to let the unspoken burdens hold their corrosive power any longer. Can you feel the profound resonance of this in your own life, my dear Cancer? You are not merely repaying a karmic debt. You are claiming a magnificent inheritance of emotional sovereignty, integrity, and liberation. Only a soul as deep, as resilient, and as intimately connected to the moon's transformative energy as yours could be chosen for such a sacred, monumental task. The cosmic audit you are currently facing is not a trial designed to find you wanting. It is the sacred rite of passage for a soul chosen to heal the emotional secrets that have echoed through generations. What comes next will reveal with stunning clarity how the collapse of an external illusion is directly and profoundly tied to your own inner liberation. There are deceptions, my magnificent friend, that you have seen with perfect, unwavering clarity for a very long time. You may have in earlier moments spoken of them only to be dismissed, misunderstood, or even openly ridiculed. Or with your innate strategic wisdom, you may have held them silently in the deep archives of your heart, knowing intuitively that the divine timing for their revelation was not yet right. You did not stay silent out of fear, Cancer, but out of immense strategic power. You waited patiently, watchfully, for the perfect moment when the emotional truth could emerge on its own terms with the undeniable, unstoppable force of a deep-sea volcano erupting from the ocean floor. Irresistible, irrefutable, needing no defense other than its own powerful, self-evident existence. That, my dear friend, is the sacred, unyielding power of a Cancer soul. A power now fully activated within you. And now, my dear friend, that moment has arrived. The grand collapse of illusion has begun. As Neptune, the mystical planet of dreams, illusion, and dissolution, continues its journey through the cosmic landscape, it casts a clarifying light that gently yet decisively dissolves all that is false, all that is built on a foundation of emotional unreality. But for you, magnificent Cancer, this energy is supercharged by the moon's relentless demand for genuine emotional connection and authenticity. It is like a deep-sea camera equipped with a powerful, illuminating flash, suddenly descending into the darkest abyss, revealing everything exactly as it is with no shadows left to hide deceit. Relationships built on unspoken agreements founded on subtle emotional blackmail. Family dynamics shrouded in layers of unexpressed needs. Connections based on codependency and control. All of it, every last thread of illusion, is now being brought into the stark, clarifying, liberating light of emotional truth. I once believed that justice was a long, arduous, and often exhausting fight, a battle to be won through endless struggle. But through observing the profound journeys of powerful souls like yours, I have learned that the most profound justice often arrives not with a clash of swords, but in a sudden, undeniable flash of revelation, a quiet yet utterly shattering moment of truth. And the truth, magnificent, Cancer does not need your frantic defense. It only needs you to continue being its unwavering anchor of authentic feeling in this world. Your very presence, your quiet strength, your unwavering knowing gaze is in itself enough to make the false crumble and dissipate. If you have recently felt a powerful, almost magnetic urge to retreat to end relationships that suddenly feel energetically draining or suffocating, to lose interest in goals that now seem hollow or superficial, that, my friend, is a clear, unmistakable sign. Your soul is actively clearing the decks, making sacred space because it knows with absolute certainty that the profound emotional truth is about to surface, and it is preparing your inner sanctuary for what comes next. Trust that deep instinct. Instead of fighting against it, simply step back, observe, and watch the divine unfolding with serene confidence. Imagine your soul as a deep, calm, boundless ocean. All that is true, all that is authentic, all that is aligned with integrity can swim freely and thrive in your vast, deep waters. But all that is false, all that is manipulative, all that is built on deception will inevitably sink, dissolve, and suffocate under the immense pressure of your profound energetic depth. You don't need to expose anyone. They will, with cosmic precision, expose themselves as they suffocate in the absence of the illusions they so desperately need to survive. And now the final, most transformative part of our journey is upon us, where a cosmic arrest becomes your ultimate liberation, and where you will finally understand with profound clarity that every loss, every betrayal you endured was simply clearing the path for your greatest, most magnificent rebirth. Some events appear on the surface to be devastating endings, but for a Cancer soul, they are invariably the sacred, potent beginnings of your most authentic, most powerful life. Some moments feel like a shattering collapse, but they are in truth the sound of your soul finally breaking the invisible, insidious chains of the past. The coming revelation, the arrest of false energies in your life, whether it manifests as a symbolic moment of clarity or a more literal, tangible event, is not about punishment. No, my friend. It is about your ultimate protection, your final triumphant release from the very energies that for too long made you question the magnificent truth of who you are. Jupiter, the benevolent planet of expansion, blessings, and abundance, is now journeying through an area of the sky that is illuminating your deepest emotional truths and empowering your inner sanctuary, your rightful sense of belonging. Can you feel the cosmic perfection in this alignment? The universe is not only vindicating your extraordinary perception, but is actively preparing to bless you profoundly and abundantly for your unwavering resilience, your enduring integrity. This is the moment where the universe dares you, not just to know your emotional truth, but to live it, to embody it fully, to build your new home upon its unshakable foundation, and to be utterly and unapologetically nurturing in every aspect of your glorious being, especially to yourself. The great spiritual teachers across all ages tell us with profound wisdom that our deepest wounds, the most excruciating experiences, are often the very catalysts for our greatest power, our most profound transformation. I once knew a Cancer caregiver, a true visionary, whose soul poured into a unique and groundbreaking communal living project designed to foster deep emotional connection. She worked tirelessly, envisioning every detail, only to have her entire concept, her very nurturing heart, exploited by a charismatic and manipulative business partner who prioritized profit over people. She was utterly devastated, not primarily by the financial loss, but by the deep psychic betrayal, the feeling of her nurturing essence being violated. An official investigation, a lengthy and arduous legal battle ensued. The very thing she feared most, a public fight, a brutal exposure, became surprisingly her greatest blessing. The discovery process was so thorough, so meticulous, that it not only irrefutably proved her ownership of the original work, but also uncovered a long, sordid history of this partner's emotional manipulation and deceit. The arrest of her project, its temporary halt, did not come to destroy her. It came as a divine intervention to irrevocably sever a profoundly toxic tie and set her absolutely free. The ordeal, though painful, broke her open, and from that sacred brokenness, she accessed a new raw level of self-nurturing an untamed power to protect her own emotional sanctuary she never knew she possessed. Her greatest, most authentic work was born directly from the ashes of that profound betrayal. Do you see the profound significance, dear Cancer? The arrest is a potent symbol of you no longer arresting yourself. No more holding back your extraordinary emotional perception for fear of judgment or misunderstanding. No more shrinking your immense power to make others feel comfortable or to fit into their narrow expectations. The moment you face your deepest emotional shadow, the darkest truths within your own heart, you become utterly untouchable because no one can imprison a soul that has already mastered its own emotional underworld, that has walked through its fires and emerged purified. You have survived everything that was meant to break you. You have walked through the searing fires of betrayal and emerged, not scorched, not diminished, but magnificently purified like tempered steel, stronger and more resilient than ever before. And now, my friend, you get to truly live. No more hiding your light, no more endless explaining your depth of feeling, no more dimming your brilliance to accommodate others' discomfort. You are not a soul on trial awaiting judgment. You are a victor, a way shower, the chosen one, carrying the sacred eternal flame of emotional transformation. Place your hand upon your powerful heart one last time, my magnificent Cancer, and whisper this decree into the cosmos, either aloud or silently within your spirit. I am reborn, free from emotional burdens, free from manipulation, free from the shadows of the past. I reclaim my power, my truth, and my sacred destiny to nurture myself. This, my beautiful friend, is not an ending. This is your resurrection. A monumental karmic cycle has been completely fulfilled, and you, my magnificent Cancer soul, have done what few have the courage or the fortitude to do. You faced the darkness head-on, you held steadfast to the unwavering emotional truth, and in doing so you have liberated not only yourself but also the spirits of your ancestors, forever changing the energetic tapestry of your lineage. Now is the sacred appointed time to close this chapter with a blessing, a prayer of gratitude and hope. May your heart remain deep and perpetually full of ancient wisdom and boundless compassion. May emotional truth always be the fertile ground beneath your feet and the expansive guiding sky above your head. And may every soul who once wronged you learn the profound, inescapable lesson of integrity, not for your satisfaction or revenge, but so that the pure, clarifying light of truth can expand its reach throughout the world. If this message has touched the powerful, intuitive core of your being, if it has resonated with the deepest knowing within you, then I invite you to leave a sign for me in the comments below. A commitment to your reclaimed power, a word of gratitude for the journey you have walked, or simply the profound affirmation, I have been seen and I am free. I will meet you in our next cosmic chapter, where your light, now fully ignited, no longer needs to search for the truth in the shadows, because the entire universe will be reflecting your magnificent reclaimed power, mirroring it back to you with breathtaking clarity. That investigation, that cosmic audit, that profound reckoning, it didn't come to break you, my dear friend. It came to prove to the world beyond any shadow of a doubt what your soul has always known, what your intuition has always whispered. You were right all along.